Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are on, what was it, episode 9?
Ming
What?
May's birthday was last episode, and now
It's Miss Minmay? Not Miss Minmay, Miss Macross.
it's Macross, yes, or
Right.
Macross. And well, let's do a little bit of recap. We've been covering a couple of episodes. Last two episodes, we had Macross attempting to resupply in Mars base.
Bye
And,
bye,
yep,
Mars.
yes, and everything went very badly. Well, not that badly, but close enough.
I mean, can you
As in,
really ruin a base that's already been abandoned for a number of years?
I mean, you can always reoccupy it, I suppose. But a new character shows up, and it's a Centrati military maverick who doesn't play by the rules, and he is set to set up a gravitic trap with some for the SDF-1, which partially works until Misa Hayase, who apparently in her past lover or boyfriend had been stationed at the base,
Ruben.
decides, yeah, Riber or
Ah,
Reaver.
it's an R name.
Um, yeah,
Maybe
and
I'm hungry.
decides to. Yep, she decides to investigate the base, and when she's there, she is ordered by Captain Global to detonate the fusion reactor that is under the base. The explosion destroys the mines and most of the enemies, which get lured into the area, and Macross escapes.
I think
And
also
then,
worthy of note that in that episode, our new guy is not unwilling to shoot his own men.
yes, he is also known, I think, later on as the Backstabber. Um, you know, so just
Yes,
um,
I don't know. Now I do, apparently.
yeah. And next up we have by Ming Mei's birthday, in which Hikaru still is an idiot, doesn't know how to talk to girls, and gets an invite, and him and every other pilot in the base apparently, to Min Mei's birthday. But of course, attacks happen, so he has to go and be a hero out there and fight. And when he comes back, he decides that the only thing he has able to give her is his newfound medal for the actions that he did on Mars by rescuing Misa from getting blown up by the aforementioned nuclear reactor.
I think also the
So,
most important part is the fact that the Macross lost the fight but won the
mhm,
day because this jackass, you can't see who I'm pointing at, but I'm pointing at the overlay, where this jackass
yeah,
calls them
yeah,
back due to
free time,
pride.
yeah. Brita's excuse is that his subordinates must follow orders, and since he didn't authorize an attack on the SDF-1, then he decides to recall him. In fact, he goes so far as doing it in a very special way, so that the his subordinate, which I forgot the name of him, by the way, um, cannot say that he didn't get recalled.
Yeah, no, I think I pointed out it looks like they're in pain when they get recalled. Alright, well, uh, you recapped the episodes, but did you have any specific thoughts about anything that happened?
I like the action and the when we saw the background on Misa Hayase, which is also one of my favorite characters. Right, she's the Oja-san, the
You
old
mean the old
lady.
lady? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and but the stuff with freaking Ling Min Mei, yeah. I mean, yeah, they're both like I said many times before. They're young, and she's. I think what she wants is a good friend, And he's like, "Oh my God, she's the love of my life," blah blah blah, and and it's not great.
I mean,
The
they went
stuff
through
with
a
the
traumatic experience together.
yeah, but it seems that both of them are interpreting that traumatic experience differently. I take it right. I think
Look,
that's just because you
look,
went through a traumatic experience doesn't mean you're gonna have to be in love,
look, man, what
necessarily.
do women really want? Is all I'm asking.
Well, according to her, she wanted to be a bride, but I
And to
think
commit dual suicide as well.
that too, yeah. So yeah, she's a very quirky girl, that's for sure. Um, but years later, from watching watching it back, I changed my mind a little bit on Lin Min May, and I'm kind of on her side a little bit. Hikaru, just take a breather. Just take a chill. You got a lot on your plate. just relax, you know.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't see a lot of her.
That's true.
I think they said what he was in training for a whole month before he got what do you call it? Off time, downtime,
Mhm. Yeah, downtime.
and then the like moment he saw her, he gets called back to go on a sortie.
Yeah,
So
and she's in school still, so probably the equivalent of high school.
once
Um,
again, this is what the mid '80s. The laws were different. Lessons. You're gonna have to get over it.
no, no, but I mean, she was busy as well. I'm saying that's what I meant. That
Every time you,
he's in
that's not what
training.
I hear every time you say she was
Yeah.
in school. I'm hearing a
I mean,
different message, a message that's appropriate today, but we have to remember the social norms of the '80s in Japan.
true. Talking about social norms, there was a scene as well where because Hikaru was being very helpful and followed or went with Mint to a a lady clothing store, he found himself in the lingerie. I always mess up that word. Um, section, the undergarments section, and was found out by Misa and what I've heard called colloquially by the fandom the bridge bunnies. And of course, they thought that he was just perving on them or women in general. And well, it kind of
Well,
blew up in
it's
his
the
face.
other girl, the other blonde girl with like the baby
Yeah,
face that calls him a pervert on the street.
yeah, Sammy or Shammy, I think.
I have gotten my ability to get a concept board going again. They like did a whole redirect website thing the other night after it all caught on fire and then got flooded. But I have not yet been able to go back and address stuff because I want to add the captain from 3 episodes ago, the
Mm-hmm.
guy who names our admiral or whatever he is here,
Mm-hmm.
who then dies when the Macross punches his ship. So I want to add him and all the other people who I haven't been able to add so far, but unfortunately, I've just been a bit busier than normal.
Yeah, yeah. The cast keeps going. I mean, except for those who are get killed, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, the monster of the week enemies, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got just a few thoughts. Unfortunately, they're all thoughts from 3 episodes back. I'm gonna have to slowly catch up as I'm editing all this stuff. So, despite the fact that the Centrati observe that Macross is traveling slower when it is in transformation mode, we know that it's made the trip from Pluto's orbit to Saturn in just 2 months. With modern technology, that would take several years at least. So, despite outward appearances, these giant engines on the back of Macross have to be more than what they appear to be.
Again, I think they were told we were told that they were designed on Earth, but clearly they were designed with alien tech in mind. You know, uh, so this is sublight, but it's more like kind of like the Expanse. They're going at Expanse level speeds, right? Where it takes weeks, maybe a month or two to go from one planet to the other, right? As
Well,
opposed to years. You know,
well, no, because they skipped a planet too. Remember?
they skipped two planets. They went from Pluto to Saturn, so they skipped Neptune and Uranus. Insert joke there. And later from Saturn to Mars.
Right. Well, again, I'm just pointing out that as I can't remember his name, the short red dude on the Centrati ship that's always next to this guy.
Exodol,
Yeah,
I think his
like I
name
said, if
is.
I had my board up, I could just point to him. I can't right now.
Yeah.
He pointed out the Macross is going slower, so take that into account. Let's see. The force that they use to create those tiny shields to protect the Macross with, they are harnessing an unknown distortion of space-time. Unlike other sci-fi shows, they aren't generating some sort of field where the enemy can knock it out with a hit to some system or another. This is just some sort of strange anomaly being created inside the ship by the absence of a system. It's a really strange, albeit unique, source of shielding. I have to believe that were the fold system still there, it would also be able to generate a full Macross wide shield.
Hmm. Yeah. And I think it's one of the things that the show gets right up to a point. I mean, that's the thing we're encountering, that the show gets a lot of things right, and then But then when you take the next step, it's like, oh yeah, but why did you do this, right? Like, oh yeah, they put the it's called pinpoint barrier, but then you give a couple of girls track balls to maneuver. Right? It's like, oh yeah, I mean it's the '80s, so I think they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
thinking back
I
then.
think that
Video
there's
game technology.
yeah, there's arcade games that are doing that sort of
Hmm.
thing. Like, well, actually,
Yeah.
no, 'cause that would have been original Pong, and the arcade would have been
Oh,
trackball.
there were a couple of games that did trackballs. Even the Atari 2600 had a trackball. Wasn't very popular,
Well,
but
no,
it
no, I'm
had
talking
it.
about arcade games. I know
Yeah.
home consoles are a different
Mhm.
story.
Yeah. So there were a couple of games that did that. Not a lot of them, but did that. But they did it. And so yeah, they're doing that. But again, I think it also shows that they're adapting, right? That they're adaptable. And they also had that cool sequence with the Daedalus attack, which is
Sure.
fisting the enemy ship.
Yeah, I mean, it implies that they're thinking outside the box, right?
Hmm.
Well, the giant gun's not working. What can we do? Well, we could ram them with just one fist. Oh, that was the Daedalus, right? You said. What's the other ship
They
called
did.
again?
Um, not the Pegasus. Ooh, it's it's two carriers, and I'm blanking now on the name of the
Yeah, we
second one.
covered
They're
just the
both
last
Greek names.
episode. Now I can't remember
Yeah,
either because the Daedalus is
yeah,
the one that I remember because I brought up the whole Icarus connection.
yeah. The Daedalus is an amphibious assault carrier. That's why it has to ramp. The other one is a full
Well, if
deck
I could
super
remember
carrier,
the
basically.
name, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about the fact that typically when they do the call to sortie, they send the aircraft to one of the two aircraft carriers.
Hmm.
I'm just wondering now if the one that last episode they get called to sortie to, was not the Daedalus. If the Daedalus is holding all of the ground assault craft and the other one is holding all of the Valkyries and whatnot.
Let me see if I can get it on the wiki without any spoilers. Uh, ta- 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 ta.
Yeah, if I wasn't my
Oh, the
typical
Prometheus, the CVS slash 101 Prometheus, and the SLV dash 111 Daedalus.
unfortunately that's not ringing any bells to me. If that's
The
the name.
Prometheus, Prometheus,
No, no, no.
the
I mean,
Prometheus is
if that's the name that they called out for Hikaru to go to last time.
yeah, that is the Prometheus. The Prometheus is the carrier, and the Daedalus is the amphibious assault ship.
So the day let's to be the punching card then. Got it.
Exactly.
All right. Not a great morale building move to tell your pilots to say goodbye to whoever they need to the night before a sortie. Doesn't really build the confidence that anyone's coming back alive.
That is also true. Um,
They could just say, "Hey, spend the night with your loved ones." Don't have to say goodbye to whoever you're gonna say goodbye to.
which Hikaru tries to. I mean, that's kind of the part of the thing where she's like, oh, and again, it kind of the way they each one sees the reality. She's like, oh, you're being very brave, and we won all the battles because that's what the news say, right? Which is an interesting thing. The announcement says, oh, we defeated the enemy, we fought them back, right? So she believes in the propaganda, but Hikaru's like, no, we kind of got our asses kicked a little bit, yeah.
I wish you had been around to watch 86 with us. Because 86 is all about the news is constantly showing up in the background. The news is like, we're victorious today. We drove back the Legion forces, blah, 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 blah. Absolutely no human casualties. Because everybody thinks that the mechs that are defending the Republic are ethically sourced drones, when in fact they're filled with children who are piloting these death traps. So
Jesus.
we don't write the names of the dead down. We write the names, or we just write how many dead drones died. You know.
Mm.
So it's just constantly that, right up until the point where the Republic is fucking invaded, and the announcement gets overridden, and just we see the same streets and just people just running for their lives. It's a
Oops.
it's a great counter to the propaganda that the propaganda is going right until the moment everyone's died.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hikaru's been training for a month, but somehow hasn't learned about flying in formation or use of his instruments to track objects in front of him. Makes sense, I guess, since the only real training we saw him doing was boot camp level drills.
No, we also see him like taking off and landing on the Prometheus,
I
but
only
we don't see him
remember
doing it.
seeing that in the course of his sortie. I don't remember seeing
And
that as a training during his training.
yeah, no, it's actually done. Also, there's mentions of simulators when the two he gets his two subordinates. One which I cannot pronounce his name, and the other one is Max Genius.
Now,
Uh,
to be fair, as I pointed out, I only took these notes from the 3 episodes back. You're talking
yeah,
about last episode.
that's true. So, but you know,
But
it's
no,
information
three
that's out there.
episodes back, they talk about him having 1 month's training, and when they're talking about it, he's doing push-ups on the ground, or no, he's crawling against the ground,
Mhm.
and that's when he gets picked up by. God, I want to call him Rick all of a sudden. What's his name?
Mhm. Poker,
Yeah, no, what's his first name? Roy. He gets picked up
Roy
by
Foker, yeah.
Roy, and that's when he's like graduated and everything. But when they mention his training, that's only been a month. They only show him inside the ship and doing like basic. So maybe they show stuff later, but I only recall that from that one episode.
Yeah, I think that it's more of like he doesn't have a lot of confidence in his, his abilities. Like I'm gonna do that. It's like he's still in civilian mode, even though he's supposed to be in the military,
I
right?
mean, his larger problem is obviously the PTSD he's still suffering from that one giant that he killed. My last thought here: Zentradi's sensors are also apparently crap. I get the fact that they are using ECM to jam their detection, but it's also essentially just a bunch of fighter jets hiding among ice in the dark. You'd think a thermal reading would be picking up their exhaust in the cold of space, or, this massive ship filled with 70,000 plus moving heat signatures inside of it.
I think it's well. If I were to again do a sort of Watsonian analysis, it's more like they didn't consider them to be threats because when they come on, it's like they're attacking us with that. And it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I guess fair, but that's just like almost cartoonish, right? The same
Yeah.
thing I pointed out for like I think Magic Knight Rayearth when I brought that as an example before, that the bad guy could win the day in the first episode if he just sent everything. Like literally everyone else is throughout the entire series just sitting in the background, not like they had something more important to do. Same thing with the fleet, the Centrati fleet. It's literally blocking out the stars, but can't be asked to move in.
They're also they are blocking the way to Earth as well. That seems to be a thing, a tactic that they're using, right?
Yeah, they're
Um,
driving them around. And I think that
mhm.
was indicated last episode that they think they're gonna make it to Earth. Well, wait till they see what we got next. Which I don't know, but it was. I don't. I don't remember what the next time on was. Any other thoughts?
Nope, not at the moment.
Yeah, well, how about we get on into it? But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed the algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some more early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. Just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra. Oh, goddamn it, I've done it again.
Hmm.
That's alright, yes, that was a black screen for everyone that was watching, but we've all
Hmm.
seen it take off. We know what it
Yeah.
looks like. I mean, I do appreciate the visual that the words of the song give you. Obviously, except for the macro sky, because I still think that's just a weird wording. But obviously, the lightning hitting the earth. Obviously, the Macross striking the ground,
Yeah.
waking up I forget something mankind.
Yeah.
Although technically no, because it causes the unification war, so not really waking us up, unless you mean, ironically, in the Japanese form of waking up the United States in a Pearl Harbor attack, which is waking a sleeping giant. So
Yeah, I suppose
it's a
that's a one
weird
way to
way to
see
put
it.
that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's waking up to the fact that humanity is not alone in the universe. That's how I would see it.
Look, there's one commenter on here that's gonna bite right down onto that, and I know because I brought it up how many war crimes Gundam Seed gets
Ooh,
into, and they are constantly pointing out how many war crimes America gets into as some sort of weird, this weird self-defense of Japan for some reason.
yeah, a little bit of what about this? I mean, those are ghost fighters, which are actually are drones, and they're bigger than the standard Valkyrie. Well, we only saw them
Unfortunately,
here.
yeah, unfortunately, all I saw was the exhaust. I did not see a
Yeah.
frame or anything.
No, but I know them because they have a single point of exhaust, and we did see them in the first episode when they took up like two, vertically.
Oh man, did you hear about that new movie that's out? Do you remember Love? That's propaganda. The military made the sky.
I mean, they made it a holographic version of the sky, I think.
I don't know if that's a tech we've been shown before. I mean, mass holograms in Macross.
Yeah.
明日からはテレビ放送だって始まるのよ。あ、そうそう、ミスマクロスコンテストにジャミスメリンが出るの知ってた？
I told you they were gonna make up a new character.
新中式の時来てたでしょ。
I mean, you gotta have some
本物
competition.
のジャミスメリンよ。見に行かない？土曜の夜。
ああ、土曜は悪いけど無理みたい。当直で一晩中釘付けなんだ。
あら、少尉にもなると大変なのね。アイリッシュ。
はい。
よし、それじゃあ私、お夜食届けてあげる。あら、普通の人は入れないのかしら。
いやいや、そんなことはないよ。大丈夫。なんとかするよ。
I literally have my own apartment, really, if you think about it.
二人分でいいよ。
Yeah.
僕一人だから。
Which in the military is, well, he's an officer now, but, even
Well, yeah.
before that.
Well, yeah, they moved him out of the... Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. The big old
Barracks.
joint. Well, yeah, they had like
Yeah.
a joint living thing.
Yeah, barracks.
Well, they called it something else.
Mm.
I think it's crazy that the first broadcast of their TV is literally, hey, let's objectify some women.
But I think it's supposed to be, military time, so you have your pinups and bringing the spirit of the soldiers up.
Sure, but who's going to be watching this? 50,000 refugees. I guess if you think about it, if they have infinite jets, they must have infinite pilots too.
Damn, mayor. I told you to do that.
なんだ、やきもちか？
違います。ただバカらしいだけです。
Also, why are the royal jewels here?
I mean, it's just a crown. Probably fake.
例の戦艦で大規模な艦内通信が行われているようなのですが、なんとか傍受できないのか。
Oh, I can't wait till we get a giant for the contest.
Oh, one thing I didn't mention was, which is very weird, how did the Centrati activate the base, Sarah base message? They couldn't fit inside.
わかりません。15ミクラ前からこの状態で。よし、わかった。偵察の準備をさせろ。
Well, I don't know. They could have drones. We saw their tiny little drone fly along.
Yeah.
And the same reason, like how the Valkyries have those tiny little manipulator arms that come out of their big manipulator arm.
Yeah, but they would have to get inside the base.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If the drones have manipulators. Also, I guess some of the Zentradi look smaller than the other Zentradi. Oh, that guy. That guy looked like he could have been in the old Lord of the Rings cartoons.
Like the Basque ones, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot of robots basically all around.
Maybe that's the solution to the Miracle Worker crew. They're mostly robots. I was about to mock the fact that, yes, this is what we need to spend our time on while we're out here. That's,
Well,
bread and circus, right?
yeah.
Apparently also our camera crew is completely communist.
MBS マクロス放送局開局記念ミスマクロスコンテストいよいよスタートです。
Well, that holographic technology.
That dude could be a G.I. Joe villain. I'm gonna be really angry if they don't use that holographic technology on the ship somehow at some point. Disguise the Macross as some sort of giant asteroid or something.
今日このステージに並んだ28人の美女、この中からただ一人ミスマクロスの栄誉に輝くことができるのです。では、その幸運な女性に豪華なプレゼント。
This reminds me that in my family, my aunts and stuff like that. Oh,
That's my jet, said Hirika. What the fuck are they doing with my jet?
it's a two-seater though.
随分と豪華なのね。
新品っていう話よ。館内で組み立てた。
From the ruins of some other jet. You were saying your family?
Yeah, Miss Universe was big in my family. Actually, one of my aunts would always watch it, and so everybody would watch it with her. So back in the day, so this kind of reminds me of that.
Sure. The candidate from Miss Universe that gets made fun of the most comes from my state.
Oh,
Peace and such as things with other, that whole speech.
現在待機して
yeah.
That's her. That's Miss South Carolina.
一条光少尉。プロメテウス、一条少尉を呼び出して。いないって？そんな。
Yep, someone's in trouble.
Yeah.
Ironically, given that she couldn't figure out that the plane in the first episode shouldn't have been occupied, now suddenly she's on the ball with the plane should be occupied.
And I guess his salary doesn't cover a car. And for all the miracles in this city, there's no public transportation other than taxis.
Yeah, surprising he couldn't hitch a ride.
あなたの出番。
Miss, you're needed in the village hidden in the sand.
じゃあミスメリー。
Sorry, from far away, it looked like her headband had that little Naruto thing on it.
あっちはあれで気を使ってるつもりなのよ。マイルはいつもこんなんじゃ。よして、ここはハリウッドじゃないのよ。だったらなんでこんなステージ
So Hollywood survived the unification war. Good to know.
ジャミスさん。サインをしていただけませんか？私、あなたの大ファンなんです。すみません。今こんなものしかなくって、ここにしていただけませんか？ごめんなさい。今ちょっと気分が悪いの。サインが欲しいんなら、ちゃんとサイン帳持ってきてね。
12番林民明さん、そろそろ準備お願いします。
はい。
次だ。
エントリーナンバー12、林民明さん。
So was she just being uptight to the competition?
Yeah, but it seems that she was. She's from Yokohama, so she's from Japan.
That's not the name that they said. She said before. It was a C name that she was living with her parents. I mean, to be fair, she could have lived one place and come from somewhere else. Possible.
I mean, originally, yeah.
それでは審査員の皆さん、質問をどうぞ。いやー、なかなか写真よりも可愛いですね。クイーンベッドはいますか？
This is appropriate for me to ask as a 45-year-old
お
man.
友達ならたくさんいますけど
お友達
一人っ子だそうですね。やはり男の子には近づきにくいですか。
いえお兄さんみたいないとこがいましたから。
兄さんみたいないとこか
一条少尉
え
一条少尉
なんだ
いらっしゃいましたら至急ブリッジまでお電話ください。
Awkward.
なんだってんだ
Yeah, God forbid this Citrati attack now.
A phone
ブリ
booth.
ッジを
Yeah, it's gonna turn into
Beat-
Superman.
待機中の軍人がどこを突き歩いてるの？敵機がそこまで来てるのよ。
飯食ってんだよ
いいから早くプロメテウスへ戻って。スクランブルよ。
あわかったよ
And it's a video phone too.
I just don't know why
タ
his
クシー
his ploy was I'm eating.
なんだ
What?
Yeah.
なら電気発信させりゃいいじゃないかタクシー
I don't think he'd be any worse off just telling her exactly where he was.
Yeah.
頑張れよ。
God damn it, Roy, don't you ever work anymore?
Not when he has Hikaru as a. Oh, and they're driving on the left instead of the right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like Roy was the best pilot in the war, and now all of a sudden he doesn't do anything. He's like in he's in half the sorties. Hikaru seems to be like in all of them. Roy isn't like
Oh, he is.
Roy's taking a break.
No. Yeah, he is the main character. So well,
Yeah.
one of them anyway.
But Roy is still like the guy who helps Hikaru out when he doesn't know what to do or anything. I mean, in combat.
Not last time though.
Well,
No, we
no.
didn't see him last time.
Yeah, I'm saying no, but that's only because Hikaru just fucked up and didn't get help.
一条少尉
Oh, very
特
Billy.
殊任務以外アーマード装備の使用は許可されてないはずよ。あなたゴーストも発信させてなかったの？
ではなかっ
どうしてそんな勝手な判断をするの？あなたはゴーストを支援すればいいのよ。
それより敵の位置の表示ぐらい送ってくれても
それが軍用装備やもん。うまくそちらに。
あれ
I mean, that is like the better design, but it also looks like one of them that's supposed to stand on the ship and protect it.
Yeah.
Also, come on, Hikaru. Come on. You're gonna get shot out of the sky. You keep watching TV.
ものです。
電波誘導は無理なのでレーザー誘導に切り替えます。
なんなりとご勝手に
Your wishes might come in.
I mean, to be
I don't know.
fair,
That's a direct, good translation, but it's very funny.
well, I assume the sarcasm just drips from it,
よし。
Yeah.
こっちへ映像回せ。
especially if you read it and hear it in
こんなことが
native and you understand the language.
どうかしたのか。見ろ。同じ一つの船に男と女が乗ってるんだぞ。なんだって。
Is this gonna be the ploy of the episode? That everyone's just fucking distracted by this?
落ち着かないわね。
Apparently.
どうしたの？
いや別にあれノイズが混じってる調子悪いんじゃない
あら。
Sorry, I'm going through a tunnel.
D3 に変えてもダメみたい。まったくどうなってんのかしら。
To be fair, I don't know what her being on screen is helping him any either.
I suppose it's, she is like doing AWAC stuff, right? Command and control. So
Right, but I mean, she could be coming in through the radio,
yeah.
so at least he could have his display. Not that he's using it either.
民名ちゃんってわりかしいプロポーションしてるの知ってたか。あ、トランジスタグラマーってやつね。
Oh my god. She's got that, but she's fully equipped. Wow.
I'm just anticipating our genius guy
林民名
becoming a villain at some point. He's got that evil bad guy that was on our side this whole time vibe.
Oops.
So why did they only send one guy out? Is this gonna cause some sort of weird association in his mind?
Just fight him already. Stop.
I'm never gonna not remember that's the sound from Gundam Wing.
大丈夫ですか？
Oops.
What is the implication here?
戦闘服の実験か？
I think her shoe broke or something, or she just.
No. I mean combining that with the whole him trying to shoot down the missiles, as though it's some sort of weird
はっきりとは言えんが、これには戦闘服の
holistic
衝撃
connection
刺激を感じる
across the universe.
確かになんか
Maybe. I think it's interpretation of like peacetime and wartime, I guess. He's so distracted with the whole thing, he almost gets killed.
いや衝撃だ。かなりの衝撃を受けてるんだ。敵襲！敵の数はさっきのやつだ。何？生きてたのか？
It's still weird to me. Where there's
Her
there's a
shoe
ship
got broken. Yeah.
there's a ship right on top of us. You, one guy, go out there.
エントリーナンバー28ジャミスメリ
I mean, it's just. I mean, it's not a big ship, I suppose. They just want to check it out. But
Yeah, but our Valkyries like go down like easy. So it's like send a wing.
支援作での有名なセリフを。
踊りたいのにどうしても踊れないの。お願いだからドレスを踏んでる足を乗っけてくださらない？
Oh yeah, I remember
Okay,
that
that's
from Footloose, right? I believe.
okay, now his head is in the game. Okay.
情報の記録は続けてるだろうな。ああ、しっかりやってる。
Also, very interesting their reaction to what they're seeing.
Oh yeah, they said, are they testing out new battle suits or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's bathing suit battle suits.
Yeah, but they comment that they men and women don't associate together in apparently Centrati society.
Yeah, we already covered the fact that you were saying that their whole society is militaristic. And I was saying that, yeah, they probably didn't pick up a lot of,
攻撃に移る。
civilians.
Yeah.
Hey, it's that reactive armor that we remember from Zero.
Mhm.
Dude, are you high? What's going on? that guy. Look at his face next time. Well, no, now he's super paying attention. Never mind.
Yeah. This is the second time he boards an enemy ship.
Well, to be fair, first
Now
time he
this time-
fell in. This time, at least, he did it
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah.
You sons of bitches, you're staring at my girlfriend.
こちら青い風。偵察機大破。敵戦闘機も撃破。資料の持ち出しには失敗しました。
Oh no, he's a hero. He's not gonna get killed by that.
Well, I mean,
Should
he
have,
could
but-
still be
敵撃墜確認しました。
indisposed of, right? Inoperative.
Yeah.
He could be inoperative. In which case, we have to get Roy out there.
Yeah.
さていよいよ
Everybody's watching them.
発表です。ミス・マクロスの栄冠は一体誰に輝くでしょ
Oh yeah, the ship got destroyed.
も
Okay.
う最終候補が決まっちゃってるよ。
ほとんど見れなかったわね。偵察機一機に何を手間取ってたのかしら。
女の子にでも見とれていたんじゃない？
まさか。
ねえねえ、ジャミスメリンが残ってる。バカね、当たり前でしょ。
ジャミス以外あまりパッとした子は残ってない
I
み
don't
た
think
いね
anyone's taking this as seriously as they should
最
be.
終選考の中にニャンニャンの子が入ってる。
もうダメだと思ってました。本当に夢を見ているみたいです。
やったね。この分だとうまくいきそうだね。
絶対だ。ミスマクロスか。
まず無理だな。このコンテストは初めからジャミス人気の盛り上がりが目当てだ。
そりゃ彼女は有名だけどまだわかりませんよ。
彼女ほどの女優なら普通はゲスト審査員になるはずだ。それをわざわざコンテストに出場するということは。
そうか。初めから優勝するように仕組まれてる。
いや、今日は観客全員の投票で決まるんだ。俺がそんなことはさせんぞ。
以上5人の美女が代表審査員7名によって
Oh yeah, that guy's proven wrong immediately.
候補者です。さあ、この中からただ一人、これより行います会場の皆様の投票によりミス・マクロスが決定するわけです。選ぶべき女性は決まりましたでしょうか。ミス・マクロスコンテスト、いよいよ投票です。
皆様お手元のスイッチをお持ちください。
それでは私の合図でスイッチを押してください。準備はいいですか。
Sitting there, I thought the bridge was interfering for some reason.
スイッチオン。
Since it's the same color text that it appears in.
Yeah.
決定です。決定しました。ミス・マクロス、任命。
Oops.
やったぜな。アテラのミンメイちゃんがミス・マクロスやって。
We just keep reusing that one shot of everyone from the back.
Yeah.
What's that? Everyone was wearing bathing suits? Ah, they won't notice.
Yeah.
ミンメイ。
MBS マクロス放送局開局記念ミス・マクロスコンテスト
Minmay, Queen of England.
ミンメイが女王
See?
って。
Yeah.
民名の夢が一つ叶った。しかし光にはそれがとても悲しいことであるように思えた。彼女の遠い眼差しに自分の踏み込めないどこか別の世界を見る思いであった。
Well, guess it's time to set your sights a little bit lower.
ゼントラーディ艦隊の威嚇攻撃によりマクロスのレーダーシステムは使用不能となった。その最中ミサを乗せた偵察機キャッツアイは光の正体に守られてマクロスを後にする。次回超時空要塞マクロスブラインドゲーム。
Looks like a bunch of people are about to die too.
Yeah.
I just still don't get why this one officer of the bridge crew is getting sent out all these times.
Yeah, I think it's main character or main cast syndrome, right? We can have all these characters, or we can keep introducing new characters, or we can use the ones that we already have.
I don't know. We could use the subordinates. You know, Vegeta Jr. and Genius.
Yeah.
They could do something, and it seems more likely that they should be sent out in a craft than one of the bridge crew.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it was a good episode. I liked it. It's just funny that everyone's fucking distracted by the one time TV is on.
Yeah. I mean, it's a first broadcast as well. It's supposed to be a momentous occasion, a contest.
Well,
First,
we are what?
First show.
We're what, 8 months now? 8 months since? So it's been 8 months since they've been able to watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
Though conceivably, the way radio broadcasts emit, they could be just watching normal TV still.
It just seems unlikely, though. I don't think. I mean, okay.
You would need like a good receiver to pick up, but I mean, you could be watching transmissions from Earth.
Or they're just passing the tapes, basically, whatever pre-recorded programming they already had.
Yeah. So assumingly they have an entire city. This is the 80s? Blockbuster should be around, right?
If it is based in Japan, it probably would be Laserdisc.
80s? Laser? I think 90s is when Laserdisc was around, wasn't it?
The Laserdisc in Japan, 80s and 90s, especially in the 90s, but probably even earlier, they used to rent Laserdisc. In the States and other places, it was VCR. It was the tapes. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
I mean, my thought is here that Laserdiscs only existed for a short time, and I thought that was like mid 90s.
No, it was earlier, much earlier.
Because it got
Much.
replaced pretty quickly, I thought. No,
Yeah,
you're right.
Laser.
You're right. Never
Laser.
mind. I guess my conception does not. I mean, released 1978, discontinued 2001 for films anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess
I mean, you
I
had
never
laser.
owned one, so I don't know.
I knew some people who owned them. They were horribly expensive because they were, at least over here, they were not. They didn't take off in the United States and other markets because you really need like one of those old projection televisions to really take advantage of it. So it's like take most of my room just to have a setup. So
The only
it's
ones
a
I have ever
10,000.
the only ones I ever saw were either at school, because for some reason one of the schools that I went to had them, or were donated to Goodwill when I worked at Goodwill.
Yeah. So the TV alone could be in 1980s about between $10,000 to $15,000 to really take advantage of it, right?
I mean, still, it's a good concept. At the very least, a rewindable DVD.
Yeah, and you had to play it. You had to switch it on to the other. Basically, it was an LP size laser disc.
Yeah.
Movie Lady Hawk. I saw that was one of the first that came out in Laserdisc in the States, and I saw that. And there were a couple of video games like Dragon Slayer. The one where you had two buttons, and that was a Laserdisc
Yeah, no,
game.
I beat Dragon Slayer.
Yeah,
That
and Space Ace
incredibly
and
fun game. That's what. Look,
Hmm.
I streamed on Twitch beating Dragon Slayer of just constantly repetitive. Okay, no, not that way. No, not that way. I did up, down, left, right. What way do I go now?
Yeah, you had to memorize it.
Yeah, no,
basically.
that's what it is. I could not imagine doing it in an arcade. It would just I would have gone from a billionaire to poor. There's no way. There's no way to win. That's why I played the PC port of it. I remember Ark Lloyd and Rafferty watched while I was streaming. Just the constant. Okay, I've done this level 1,000 times now. I've tried every
Yeah.
combination of button press. I don't know what I'm missing.
Yeah, you had to look for the flashing lights, but it was sometimes you didn't see them.
Well, sometimes there's also multiple things. Like when the giant pit, but we're standing on a thing, and then one ledge blinks and the next ledge blinks, and you have multiple options. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dragon's Lair, hell of a game. You should try it if you pay money for it. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know why Lin Min Mei won the contest, actually.
I think it's just popularity. She's like, she's the city's girl, basically. The major was pushing it. She's known for being someone she was in that incident with Hikaru, so a lot of people know her. And ultimately, it was a popularity contest, right?
I guess there's the element of also she's part of the first restaurant that opened food, so everybody that got tired of eating rations knew her immediately.
Yeah.
Although you got to think then that 49,999 people were being served by one waitress.
I mean,
nobody else works there other than her aunt and uncle, and they're working in the back. Name one other waitress at that restaurant.
Yeah, we don't see another one. But she's very popular with the troops.
Of course apparently. She is. Like I said, every one of them has a picture of the pilot in Min-Mei. She's got a thing with that robot. The picture, the Kodiak bot, I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's it for Miss Min-Mei. Unless you have any final thoughts?
No. We saw finally Hikaru be more aggressive. But this time around, he actually went for the ship as opposed to like, oops, I fell in the hole.
Well, I mean, sort of, because there was a whole minute and a half of, am I going to shoot the missiles literally coming from my face or am I not?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been episode I've already forgotten, 9 of SDF Macross. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?